You ever feel like you're going crazy? I don't feel like I'm going crazy today, but in the last video that I did a walk and talk around my favorite area in Celebration. It's a big pond, basically, a small lake, if you will. And I was in such a funk. I actually did 2 videos. Well, that would be 4. I did 2. Or could that be 11? I did 2 videos that day. And like everything that I filmed, I was just in a really odd mood. I don't know, just constantly trying to figure things out. And in that video, I talk about, good days and bad days regarding working for Disney. And, it's the same with life. Like some days I wake up and I've got anxiety. Some days I wake up and I'm excited to get the day going, see where it's going to lead, what kind of adventures I can get myself into if I have the day off, if it's not too hot. I think honestly a lot of it it's just been so hot and I'm just not used to it. It's not just the heat, it's the humidity. It just pulls you down. And I know, I keep getting comments like, the worst is yet to come. I know. I'll be ready for it. Hopefully I can also drop a little bit of weight. I've noticed lately in some videos, especially the one that I shot yesterday, my face just looks fatter. I cut my hair and it just always, I never liked the way that I look when I cut my hair, because it makes, I don't know, I just feel like I look fatter when my hair is cut. I probably don't, I don't know, it's just a weird self-conscious thing, but do you guys ever feel like you're just trying to figure out who you are and how you feel for the day? Like, you know how you feel, but you can't put your finger on it, but then all of a sudden, you get one little glimpse of something, semblance of normalism or sanity, if you will, and it brings you back. It pulls you back to where you feel like you need to be, like you're grounded at that moment. And you look back, like I am right now, you look back at days like I had yesterday, when I shot 2 videos, and I'm just like, what, where was I? Where was I mentally? Like, how do I not be there again, Just hate that. Like, I put this video out yesterday, and I really didn't want to put it out. Like, I felt like it was super cringy. Like, sometimes, like if I'm doing a walk and talk, I get distracted really easily when there's, some beautiful things to look at. And, I don't know, but it was honest, like, it's just what was on my mind, and it was almost like I wasn't really talking as much as just kind of sharing things that were in my head. And, I watch back, before I publish the video, and I'm thinking, am I really putting this out? Like, am I really, sharing this with people? But I did, because it's real, and, there's so many times, anyone that has done this, like vlogging, you'll go back and you'll be like, man, I should have said this, I should have said that, I didn't mean to say it that way. And then maybe you go back and you're like, I'm gonna try to reshoot that. It never works for me. Anytime I try to reshoot, rarely does it go well. Like, a lot of times I miss complete talking points because I'm thinking subconsciously, did I already talk about that? I did, but just not in that take, if that makes sense. But I can't remember the name of it, but someone left me a really great comment this morning regarding this video. It's labeled just, I think it's called a quick walk and talk. I didn't really have anything to call it other than that. There was no deep messaging or anything like that. It was basically just kind of going over some certain experiences that I've had with Disney, because a lot of people are super interested in Disney, and I talk about how I just can't talk about that much stuff. There's so much stuff going on right now with Disney, not regarding me, but regarding Disney, and I'm actually going to try to figure some stuff out tonight when I go to work. I'm working at Hollywood Studios tonight. Some disturbing news if you're local and you like to explore or hang out at the resorts. I'll just leave it at that. So we'll see how that affects me, how that affects other people. But I'll report on that as soon as I get some more information. I don't even want to kind of say what it is in case that's not the case, but I think it is. But anyway, I was talking about, that's the video I'm referring to. See how easy it is for me to get sidetracked? I was reading through the comments, and someone said, oh man, I can't remember everything that they were having to say, but at the end they said, if you're able to figure everything out, meaning life, it's just an illusion. And that was I almost want to get up and grab my phone so I can read the full comment, because this person had some great stuff to say. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and put it in this video. But I really appreciated that, and it really kind of helped bring me back down to reality, because it's the truth. We all just worry so much. Well, I don't know about you. I know I do. I'm at my computer for hours a day looking at the stock market, dip buying certain stocks and ETFs all the time, trading all the time. I don't know if I should talk about that, because I don't ever want to sound like I'm gloating, but a good friend of mine, I'll just put it this way, he jokes with me, I'm going to be one of those people that dies with a lot of money in the bank, because I'm constantly hoarding and saving money, and I have a very nice nest egg. But there's reasons for that. We all have reasons, and I cannot get into all the reasons behind. I can say that I've been burned. I've been burned before on multiple locations, on multiple occasions, and it scarred me. It really scarred me. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Basically, just that comment. Just I gotta stop taking things so seriously. Like Jeff Adams, Creative on the Mend. I've had some great conversations hanging out with him, and the way he is with, as he puts it, just kind of letting everything go into God's hands, and I'm not a religious person, I'm spiritual, but why can't I do that, I just have a tough time letting go of control, and it's probably why I have issues at work, because I'm so used to being in control for decades of an operation. So when I see people not doing what they should be doing, it just drives me crazy, and I just gotta be like, hey man, relax. It's not your business. It's not your job. Help people when you can, but just relax, man, relax. And I'm in one of those days, I'm in one of those moods today where I'm just I just want to smack myself because I feel awake today. And that feels feels good. It feels good. I'm having a good day. Do any of you guys, like, you have those days where you just feel so doom and gloom, and then other days where you're just like, man, what was my problem? You know, like sometimes I seriously think, like, am I bipolar? You know, I don't think I am. I've always been like this ever since I was a kid. You know, I just worry about stuff, the future. You know, and I think that's why I enjoy listening to music from the 80s and the 90s, you know, the 90s, like when I was a teenager. It just brings me back to a better time, you know, when you're just hanging out with friends, cruising around, just talking, just wasting time in the best way possible, you know? I find myself doing that whenever I can. I love driving around. I love driving in general and just listening to music. Throw down the windows. Unfortunately, it's a little hard right now in Florida to roll down the road with your windows down because it's just too hot. It's just too hot. But I'll tell you, like I made the comment to a few people. I know it's going to get worse. It's going to get hotter. But it's what, a couple months? Like, I can deal with that. And guess what? You can still go do stuff. You know, one of the reasons Jill and I moved from Colorado is you get stuck in a long winter. It's 5 months of cold, of dead. It's like everything is brown and dead, and the sun is out, and it can be like 0 degrees. It can be minus 10 degrees, and it's just like, man, I hate this. Your body aches because of the cold. Your skin is, you know, cracking. At least here I can still do stuff, you know. But man, I went to the park yesterday, and I might even do like a third-person commentary about this video. It was so weird, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that I work in that park, and I couldn't put my finger on it until like I was leaving the park, but basically I was just constantly concerned about running into other cast members, and just looking at everything from a cast member's perspective, an employee of Disney's perspective, and knowing that I'm there vlogging, it was just weird. You know, it's hard to explain unless, you know, it'd be like if you showed up to work and you pull out a camera and you start vlogging and you're trying to hide that fact from your coworkers. So it's just a really different, weird experience. The whole day just did not go as planned. But man, I ended up at the 7-Eleven that Adam the Woo used to always, you know, visit, and that was really cool. And that just kind of brought me back to, you know, some of Adam's old videos, and just man, I wish I could have met that guy. You know, like when I think about that, man, it chokes me up, the fact that I know he's gone. You know, I wasn't like the biggest Adam the Woo fan or anything like that, but man, the guy was a pioneer, and my wife and I, we've watched him. I've been watching him for, I don't know how long, years. You know, not like 10 years or anything like that, but I think I discovered him, I don't know, tough to say, 4 or 5 years ago. And Jill, it took her a while to kind of warm up to him, and then she ended up, you know, watching him, and then we would watch him every single day, just knowing he's gone, and I never got to meet him. Man, I would have loved to have met him, you know, and I know I would have. I know I would have run into him. I mean, he's right, he was right here, you know, right here where I am. But anyway, point of all that was I ended up going to that 7-Eleven, and they were running a happy hour on Slurpees. Don't quote me on this. I think it was like 1 to 6 or 3 to 6. It's $1 for a large Slurpee. And I went in, and I was hoping to find a good sugar-free one, and all they had was Fresca, and I was just like, Fresca's okay. I was hoping for something fun. I tried it, and it was great. Like, it was really good. I might even go over there later today and get another one, because like, you know, for $1 and no calories, zero sugar, I'm just really trying to watch the sugar, and I really need to get back on track with my health. I've been working out at the gym, but man, since I've moved here, I've definitely put on weight, and I know it. I can see it in my videos, especially if I'm like in someone else's video. I'm just like, oh my god, I look like a fat monster. You know, that's how I feel. But anyway, I don't know. Just wanted to talk with anyone today regarding like I said, you ever feel like you're just two different people sometimes? Like you just have extreme good days, and I don't want to say extreme bad days. It's not like I ever think about, you know, really dark things like, you know, I can't even mention, but on YouTube, I'm never, you know, I would never do the ultimate bad thing if someone is depressed. Let me just put it that way. There's no way. I'm too selfish, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, just that. Just I don't know. I would like to know if people experience this, and sometimes they feel like, God, could they be bipolar? Like I said, I don't think I am, but man, I definitely have some serious mood swings. But I am also a Cancer, like I've said before. And Cancers are completely, I'm not like Mr. into astrology and whatnot, but I'll tell you what, if there's any truth to it, Cancers are very emotional beings, and man, I can be a little bitch sometimes, excuse the French, but I'll admit it. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm rambling. Thanks for watching this video. I'm in a much better mood. Like I said, that last video and another one that's going to come out when I went to Hollywood Studios. It was the same day that I shot that video. And who knows, maybe I'll talk about it in that video, if that makes sense. I might do some like commentary or something. I don't know, but it was just a weird day. So I apologize. If anyone thinks I'm losing it, I'm fine. Just wanting to be here when I'm in a good mood. I'd go out and do some type of adventure today, but I have to work later today at Hollywood Studios, and it's really hot. So I'm just over here on my back patio here, and that's about it. So anyway, thanks for listening to me, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.